talking on that topic, Valerina, it's so exciting because today we actually have content creators as well as travelers who currently reside in Bali. So why don't we go talk to them?
Yes.
Well, we would like to welcome Jaxon Stevens and Angel Senduk on Zoom. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming to TVR World.
Good. Thank you so much. Hi, Valerina and Audrey. How are you doing, guys?
Yes, hello, good morning, selamat pagi. Nice to see you guys.
Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi.
Oh, ya udah orang Bali sekarang ya. So you're now a Balinese and also maybe Indonesian. So you learn some of the language as well.
Wow, we're doing very great, and we are so excited to have you here to talk more about your journey as travelers, also your experiences. Well, currently, are you guys in Bali right now?
Currently, we are not in Bali at the moment. We're actually visiting some of our family over here in Canada and the US, but we were living in Bali before for around over 2.5 years. We actually met in Bali back in a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it's still our home, and we're just traveling about for a little bit.
Oh, so tell us more about your journey. So how did you start to become world travelers in the first place?
I would say because the hobby first, because we both like traveling. Then I just told Jackson, what about if we can just make YouTube so we can share about information about travelers? So yeah, we start from there first. Yeah.
Why did you choose Bali as a starting point?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, I actually already had a friend over in Bali at the time, and I met him. I was one of the reasons why I came there. That was back a few years ago, and I was really inspired by the content he was posting, what he was doing in his life, and I came there very spontaneously. I ended up meeting Angel, and basically after I met her, we just continued to stay there. I continue to work on our business and our travel ventures. And yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I would say same like Jackson, because after meet Jackson, I have a patient like, what about we can just make content and we can share people so they know more about Bali, more Indonesia, and other part of Indonesia as well.
How did you two meet actually? I mean, like, did you just actually, accidentally meet in Bali and then decided, hey, let's become a partner?
Yeah, what's the story?
Yeah, great question. Maybe you can answer that one.
Yeah, so first we just meet like on the beach and just start to conversation, and yeah, we just say like maybe we can meet each other again in cafe or somewhere, and yeah, let's start beginning.
Yeah, it started very like spontaneously as well. Like we just ran into each other, and we had a good connection from the start. We took it, just to a cafe to meet each other more after, and we decided we wanted to get each other to know more. So we just started to be with each other more often, and it turned into a relationship basically after that.
Oh, wow, that's sweet. And so since meeting first in Bali, is that where you start your travel journey together?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that is where we started. You're originally from somewhere else,
Yeah.
Indonesia.
I'm actually from North Sulawesi, is Manado, and
Manado.
I moved to Bali for work, and yeah, I met Jackson, and we start to make content on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Yeah.
So everything started from the paradise.
Paradise
in
Island.
Bali.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So when you start making content in Bali, so how did you find Bali? Did you see like this is a place that you will find everything that is beautiful, and then how do you feel after making it?
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, when I first was thinking about going there, I heard a lot of great things about Bali. I didn't know too much at the time, but then I actually saw one of my friends who was living there, and I saw the natural beauty of the place. But not only that, it was the culture and it was the food and everything about Bali and Indonesia. And basically, after that, I just wanted to go and experience it for myself. I've never been to Asia before. It was actually my first destination in Asia, in Southeast Asia. So overall, it was definitely worth it. probably my favorite place as of now in Southeast Asia. And
Wow.
I'm just really excited to continue making stories together
Yes,
with her
exactly.
about Bali and all over
Yeah.
Asia.
Mm. And Jaxon, so you are from US or Canada, correct? Which part of the US or Canada?
Yeah, that's a good question. Originally from Canada, near Vancouver, so on the west coast side of the country. Grew up there most of my life. I've lived in the U.S. before. I've lived in Seattle and other areas, but yeah, my main home was Canada before. Yeah, that's kind of how I started my journey. I was traveling a lot around the area in Canada, but I really started when I came to Bali because I really wanted to create content about another country, and you did
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
So.
Mm.
So usually people who are coming from different background, cultural background, they will have like a cultural shock, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
when
very
they go to
normal.
a new places. When you visited Bali, how did you feel? Do you also experience that, or just enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a great question. I first came to Indonesia. I first landed in Jakarta, and I was there for about a week before I traveled into Bali. And I definitely experienced quite a bit of culture shock, but it was good culture shock. I found many people were very friendly, very open. The food was amazing, and everything was great in there. And then after I went to Bali, I just fell in love with the scenery and the beauty and the culture. Um, so it was a good culture shock for me coming from North America. It's just very different. The mindset is different, and the overall just the culture was just
Yeah. Exactly.
like totally something I've never experienced before. And meeting her was just the best.
Mm. Aw, and also to follow up on that, what struck you the most, I guess, when you first visited Bali, and also with your travels with Angel, that you've never encountered before in Vancouver?
Yes, that's a good question. I think something that I would probably say is very different, and I felt was different, was just how everyone you talk to and get to know, at least from my experience and our experience together, is very open and very warm and friendly, and you
Mm.
just don't get that same energy, that same vibe you do as in Canada. People are still nice, but it's hard to explain the the culture. Like
Yeah,
you experienced
exactly.
that. How do you explain that when you came here?
Yeah, I feel like people in here, they're not really open. They're just nice, but not like you feel warm, you feel welcome. Or in Indonesia, in Bali, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, maybe you can tell us your most favorite place in
Yes,
Bali. Yeah, so
yes.
which one is it?
Great question. I think for me, I have many favorites. I would say Nusa Penida is very beautiful, and I loved it there. It's a separate island off of the island of Bali, but it still is part of Bali. And then there is Ubud, which is very spiritual, very you can connect with nature there very easily. That's my probably favorites. And then Uluwatu is also great if you like beaches, you like
Yeah.
surfing, you like swimming. Those are probably my top three spots. And what would you say?
I think same like you as well. And probably the last one, Canggu. Like if you want to feel like party style, or yeah, you can just chilling on there, like drink coconut or whatever you want. You can find in Canggu as well.
Mm. And Jaxon, what's your favorite Indonesian food so far? Since I'm sure you've
Oh,
tried a lot of the culinary experience in Bali.
Yeah, that's a great question. I love a lot of Indonesian food. I have a few favorites. Obviously, nasi goreng is good, but
Of
I would
course.
say like I love uh, tempeh. I love tempeh so much. I love the babi guling, which is a traditional Balinese dish. It's pretty good with the pork. And then I would say also like a lot of the nice spices and like the curries. Indonesian curries are just very delicious, and something that I've never tasted before is Indonesian curry. And it's also like she makes amazing
yeah.
curry, and it's so tasty.
Mm.
Okay, well, one of the things that are also interesting for most of the tourists are Balinese dancing, right? Yeah.
Dancing.
So, did you get to be able to learn about, or how to dance the Balinese dancing?
Unfortunately, I don't know how to dance in Bali, but I would like to learn, but just too hard for me. But yeah, I love to learn actually.
It
Yeah,
is
what about you?
yeah, I mean I didn't learn specifically, but we went to a few
Yes, in Ubud. Yeah.
Balinese dancing shows, and we saw how they perform and the way that they do it, and it's very like they have so much talent. You can just see from the way that they dance and the way that they move. So even though I've never done it personally and you haven't learned yet, it's something that we want to do. It's something that would be great to learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of cultural experiences as well in Bali that maybe you encounter for the first time there. So tell us more about Wanderlost.go. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, that is correct actually.
Yeah, tell us more about it. How did it come to start? You said before that you started traveling because it's just a hobby, and then you start making content. So, why the name Wanderlost.go first of all, and when did you have the idea to start an Instagram account to make content for your travels?
Yeah. Well, it was actually we first started a YouTube channel, and that's where we were posting a lot of our like more longer form content, and where we still do. Then we started to want to post more on Instagram. We had a small channel before, and we found that Instagram's great for doing that, for sharing like more shorter form videos and connecting with people that way. But it really started for us when we started to approach different brands and different people who wanted to also work with us, and it really helped them because we're able to help them gain more people to go check out these locations around Bali and share the stories with them. And it's something that we still want to do today. We don't just tell a story for the story itself, but we want to help the other people as well and share those unique stories. So we're trying to do that with both Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, is create those interesting stories, connect with local people. And I think you felt the similar way about that. Yeah.
So you must be, I have visited a lot of countries, not only Indonesia, especially Bali, but if you can compare your experience in those countries, I mean, how can you, make a differentiate between Bali and other countries?
You can.
So can you start first?
Sure. Definitely. Well, we went to Vietnam together,
Yes.
and we loved it there too as well. It's still very different, and we've been to a few other countries together. We went to the U.S. together, and now we're in Canada together. First time for Angel in U.S., Canada, and first time for myself in Vietnam. There's very many differences about all these countries. They all have pros and cons, obviously, but I think the way that I felt in Indonesia was just felt very like warm, felt at home, and the other countries I love like visiting them, but we haven't found another place like Indonesia, like Bali, where we want to have our home, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
How do you feel about like
Yeah,
something
same.
like that?
I mean, because we went to Vietnam, we feel like just more tourism. We not really feel like this is good place for make a house or home in here. So we decide like still Indonesia is still the best for us.
And also, onto that, whenever you go to these new tourist destinations, how do you document them and see, for example, because like we've seen some of your videos and they're very interesting. They're very great, by the way. And you've built this audience and a following. So when you go to a place, how do you find the interesting aspects of it? Because I see that some of it you go like, did you know that in this place, or like, did you know in Vietnam or in Bali there's this thing? So how do you find those like interesting fun facts in these places when you're in Bali?
Definitely. There's a lot of research that goes into it. I think I watch a lot of other creators' channels and try to understand from their perspective and try to apply your own perspective to it as well. So You know, when we first started, we just filmed with our phones. We don't have any fancy camera. We're just trying to do what we have. And so now we're able to have more options. We have a GoPro and other cameras where we can use to film, but it doesn't really matter the camera you use. It's more about like we went to the places, we want to tell a story from them, and sometimes you can find stories like anywhere. We found stories just by messaging people on Instagram and learn about their story, their business. Sometimes we found stories by connecting someone in person at a store or a cafe that would just we would just meet them and learn about ideas on where to visit, what to see, what to do.
Exactly.
It really, there's so many ways we found different stories like that. And yeah, we're really trying to find like, you know, the stories that maybe people don't know about. Like there was a story about Luwak coffee, and I really liked how this came to be.
That's good.
And we did, so we made a video about that, and that one did really quite well. And try to find those kind of stories.
That's a good point, yeah. To do a lot of research before you do your video, so then people will be interested in that video as well. So just out of curiosity, you have stayed in Bali and then now you're back in your home country. So what's next for you? What country is your next destination?
That's really a good question. After Canada, we have a plan to go to Mexico, Cancun on July. So yeah, I'm really excited to explore about Mexico, and yeah, can make more content in there. Yeah.
Yeah, we both have never been to South America before. It'll be a new experience for us both. We're gonna see what it's like and try to create some content down there. So yeah, first we're gonna be going to Mexico for a bit. After we're still decided, we might go to like Peru or Costa Rica, Colombia in South America, and try to see how that is like as well. But yeah, our plan is for the remainder of the year to just travel around. And then probably closer to the end of the year, the new year, we'll be going back towards Indonesia and Asia and coming back there for quite a while.
Wow. I think that you're going to do a lot of traveling until the end of the year before you go back to Bali. So congratulations. Have a great journey ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was very great to meet you both, and thank you for everything.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Angel and Jaxon.
Thank you so much.